Whoa, is it hot or what?
What's up guys, my name is Double Z and welcome to another episode of Glad We Talked, the best show on YouTube where I just ramble about the most random things I can think of. I come up with new topics to talk about all the time, so that's why I've been frequently putting these out lately, and I have a list of them and other video ideas I have to go through, so there's a lot of work. And before I forget, the gameplay you're seeing in the background is Killing Floor 2. I played it a while back and I recorded it because it was pretty fun. Anyway, today I want to talk about how important it is to express yourself and not hold back on your thoughts and feelings. So over the past few years, I've learned that it's really important to find a way to express yourself, even though you might not be a social person like myself. Expressing yourself doesn't necessarily have to be through talking. You can find your own way to do it. Maybe you like to draw, maybe you like to paint, make music, write songs, write graffiti, make videos, sing, whatever it is. Just don't hold back on it. If you make a new song, share it with your friends. Let them know what you did. If you make your first YouTube video, tell someone about it. Listen to their opinion. Share your work. And I know this all sounds pretty general and maybe even cliche, but it's true. However, I don't want to keep telling you to do it. I'm just gonna tell you my story and how I learned to express myself. And maybe that story helps you understand. So, I've always had a different taste in music than mostly everyone I know. And this may be different for you depending on where you are in the world, but in my country, people don't really listen to hip hop. I would say the ratio is something like 1 in 50 people listen to the same music I do, maybe even less than that. And that made me kind of insecure when I was younger, because I didn't fit in. I didn't like what most people liked, and I didn't like what my friends did. So I kept my music to myself. I listened to it at home, maybe on the way to school, but that was it. Of course, later on, as I met more and more people in high school, I found some people that liked the same stuff I did, and it was awesome. But for the most part, I kept my music to myself. And there was this one time I was on the bus listening to Hobson. If you don't know who Hobson is, he's an American rapper. And I think it was his new song at the time, I'm not sure, but I was pretty excited about it. So I turned up the volume on my headphones. And I turned it all the way up. And since the bus was crowded, there were people all around me. And as soon as I turned it up, this guy standing next to me gave me this weird look. He didn't say anything, but it seemed to me like he wanted to say, "What the hell is this guy listening to? And why is it so loud?" As soon as I saw that, I turned down the song and made sure nobody can hear the music except me. And that got me thinking, why the hell was that my first impulse? I knew the song was fire and I still turned it down just because someone gave me a weird look? When I got off the bus, I wished I didn't do that. I wished I took off my headphones and played the song on the phone as loud as I could. And at that moment, I realized how wrong it was to hold back on things like that. Just because most people don't like it, doesn't mean nobody likes it. You just have to find the people who do like it. And ever since then, I always talk about the music I like. Whenever I listen to music with friends, I play a couple of my songs, and then they play theirs. And sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't. That's just how it is. I remember one time on New Year's Eve, I think it was 2 years ago, I was celebrating at my friend's place and there were a lot of people. I knew most of them, but there were some people who I didn't know as well. And some of us were in charge of music and we were supposed to bring USBs with a bunch of songs. And I remember making the playlist and putting all the usual turn-up songs people usually listen to. But I also put a special folder of straight hip-hop turn-up songs, just in case. So at the party, it was pretty good. We were dancing, drinking, fooling around, whatever. And then midnight passed, Happy New Year's, blah blah blah. And then the party slowly started to fade out. Some people were still dancing, but it was pretty lame. So I went up to the laptop and changed a few songs, but they were still not feeling it. It's one of those times where you know you're supposed to have a great time, but you're just not feeling it. So then I played some hip-hop songs, and people were surprised at first, but then they liked it because it was something new and something different. They started to get up and dance. Of course, some of them were still bored AF, but they would be bored even if freaking Madonna showed up. So anyway, I was playing my songs, and in a matter of minutes everybody was dancing and turning up. I basically brought the party back to life, and it felt great. I think it was one of the best New Year's I've ever had. Even the day after the party, some people asked me to send them what songs were played last night. So yeah, that was great. This also goes to show that you should always express yourself, share your thoughts with everyone else, and just let people who like the same things as you come to you. And I know I mostly focused on music, but that's just my story. For you, it might be completely different, and it should be different. And also, there's another point I wanted to make about expressing yourself. Sometimes you never know how similar you are to other people until you share your experiences. Maybe someone you never would have thought does the same things as you, and that's why it's really important to talk about those things. For example, peeing in the shower. We all do it, and yet barely anyone mentions it. I'm just throwing this out there. Also, warming up the shower bottom before you go in. Is anyone with me on this one? I'm pretty sure there's people who do this. The point is, we should talk about things like these. First of all, if you talk about it, you'll have a great laugh with that person. And second of all, if they do the same thing, you'll feel much more comfortable doing it next time, because you know you're not alone. Anyway, at this point I'm just rambling. I'm talking about peeing in a shower, for God's sakes. Why are you still listening to me? Anyway, since you made it this far into the video, make sure to leave a like. Don't forget to tell your friend that it's okay if he or she pees in the shower, because you do it too. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace!
Wow, is it hot or what?